It's your girl T here, back with another Tea Time Tuesday vidya. I know you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day because you're tea timers. It's absolutely what we do. Our affirmation of the day is you're the center of SP's world. You are the center of SP's world. We're tea timers, so your SP needs you, wants you, has to have you. I wanted to discuss with y'all a revisit to your SP journey. A lot of the times that I'm hearing from y'all, it's the same idea. For those of you who are new, SP is special person, significant person. It's usually a romantic interest from what I see in the viewers, but you can have a family member who's an SP, or it's somebody that you're trying to manifest a different version of. We have different versions of each person in different realities, so you're trying to establish a different version of that person where they treat you the way that you feel you deserve to be treated. With your SP, I see this a very classic. I think I did a video a long time ago about the classic SP journey. You write me a problem about the SP. It goes, we were doing all good, we were going on dates, whatever the case is in the beginning, and then we hit a snag. I texted them I love them, or I texted them something nice and they told me get lost, you'll never have a chance with me, kick rocks, whatever the verbiage is. And then you all just lose it. You lose it. And this is the most important part of the emails y'all send me. I tell you a lot of times, read the emails you send me, because your answers as to why you don't have what you want are in the body of the email. You'll say, I'm stupid, I'm unworthy, I don't deserve love, I've ruined it, I feel so depressed, I feel like I don't deserve anything, da 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 da. This is your self-concept. This is what you are telling yourself when ish hits the fan. When things don't go your way in your reality, specifically with SP in this example, you're telling yourself you're garbage, you don't deserve anything, you're stupid, other people get love, you don't, you've ruined your manifestation. This is why you don't have what you want. Because of crap like this. And I'm not saying this in a mean way. I'm not trying to tell you to make light of the situation. I have been in this position before where you feel so desperate and so longing for something, and then when you don't receive it, you feel like you're the biggest loser on earth. You don't get what you want, etc., etc. But this is your answer. These statements that you're saying after your SP has responded to you unfavorably is what you need to correct. This is the part of your self-concept that needs to be corrected. That perhaps your relationship with love hasn't been great. Perhaps you grew up in a household, as most of us did, with a toxic example of how relationships would look. Maybe your parents argued a lot. There was abuse. There was some sort of toxicity. Maybe one of your parents wasn't even around, and you have that dynamic to look into. There's lots of various different the way families look varies from house to house, but the majority of us have grown up with parents who had negative belief systems behind them, so they showed us examples of unhealthy love relationships. And therefore, this is why it's so important to look at the way you look at relationships. Do you view relationships as hard or easy? Do you think love happens for you? Do you think love's easy for you or hard for you? Do you think that love happens for everybody else and not you? Is love something where you're constantly chasing after your SP for any type of love and affection from them, and they give you a breadcrumb and you dance from the stars? That's what a lot of us do, because one of our parents didn't show us attention and we would perform like a circus monkey for them to get the attention. Is this a dynamic you might have in a love relationship? If it is, again, I'm worthy, I'm deserving, love doesn't need to be earned, I just get to have love, I just get to be love, I am love. You look at how the SP would look at you. If you were your SP and you were trying to date you, would you be worthy of dating? In you being the SP, would you look at yourself and think, that's somebody I'd like to land? Do you look at yourself and think, that is someone who is so good about themselves, they're so high priority, they focus on themselves, they got their own stuff going, and they make time for me, and I want to be with that? Or do you look through your SP's eyes at yourself and think, they're available whenever I want, they would jump through hoops for me, they're a back burner option, I'm going to put the main girl on first priority, and then if I'm ever bored or lonely or whatever, they're always going to be around, they pick up the phone every time? Be honest with yourself. What is your SPC when they look at you? And how Do you think that you look at your SP? Are they way up here, something you have to jump to grab onto? Or are they something totally attainable for you because you could have anybody in your reality and they're lucky you chose them? These are the type of things we want to put our work into. Looking at how you view SP, how SP views you, and how you view relationships as a whole. If y'all would simply tell yourselves that you loved yourselves for a straight week, anytime you doubted your manifestation, anytime negative thoughts popped up, anytime that things in your reality look shifty, you would see massive change in your reality. If you just said, I love you, I love you. Your SP says something nasty to you, I love you. You know you want me. I love you. I love you. I love you. I validate myself, not you. This doesn't validate me. I validate me. I love you. I love you. I love you. And you know, the other beautiful thing that a lot of you don't utilize is, instead of, if something happens with your SP or whatever you're manifesting in your reality, focusing all your attention on that negative thing, perhaps maybe distracting yourself is another beautiful thing you can do. You can regulate your nervous system. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. Circumstances don't define me. And go read a book. Go for a bubble bath. Do one of your hobbies. Maybe you have a job that you're trying to lift off the ground, like your own company or whatnot. Work on that. Distraction is such an underutilized tool in the manifestation community. I think it's Abraham Hicks. She says, if you have 10 things not working for you and the 11th thing is working for you, ignore the 10 things that aren't working and focus all your attention on the 11th thing, and your reality will shift in your favor. But most of the times, if you even have 10 things working for you and one not working, the majority of us are conditioned to look at the one thing not working and forget that the other 10 things are working and celebrate those. You guys have to believe me. The unseen is real. Having faith in the unseen is going to put you way further ahead than looking at your 3D and putting all your faith into what you're seeing in your 3D. That text can be changed. Those feelings can be altered. Those circumstances can shift in a heartbeat. You have to build up your self-concept. I love you. You are valid. You are, no matter what happens in your 3D, you deserve love. You deserve to get what you want. You deserve things to be easy for you. You deserve miracles every day. You are the prize, no matter what you see in your 3D. Because if you are just chasing your validation through things working out in your 3D, you're going to be on a roller coaster manifestation loop of hell, because you're going to see one good thing happen, you're going to ride that wave, and then it'll have a bump in the road and you'll torture yourself. And then responding to that torture of yourself, you'll do something action-based in the 3D in response from a lack mentality, and you're going to create a new circumstance, and then so on and so forth. If you stick in your internal by affirming in your mind, scripting, following your joy, doing things that are kind to yourself, dating yourself, doing those kind of things, you are going to find your 3D shifts around you. Because if I'm looking for a mate, am I going to go for the guy who is always available to me, never argues with me about anything, or puts up a fight, or puts up boundaries with me, lets me get away with whatever I want, just like is dying to be with me 24/7, never has anything going on for themselves, is always just ready to do whatever I want to do at any time? Am I going to take stock or value in that? I'm going to look at that guy like an option, not a priority. And I might not even look at him as an option. He might ick me out so much, I might want him to just get away from me, because the energy of just being desperate for me is so strong. But am I going to look at somebody who's got their own thing going on, who is kind to me and who is attentive to me, but also has their own stuff happening in their lives and prioritizes themselves? Am I going to be more attracted to that person, to that man? Of course I am, because they know where they're going. They know where they're headed. They are happy to have me in their lives as a relationship with them, but they're not going to prioritize me ahead of themselves, because they know that they are the most important person in their life, and everybody else, in order for them to be of service to everybody else in their lives, they have to prioritize themselves and be the best version of themselves, so that they can do justice to everybody else who is relying on them in their lives. This is who I'm going to be attracted to. So when you guys start prioritizing yourself and putting the value and respect that you deserve on yourself, talking to yourself in a respectful way, learning to love yourself in a respectful way, people will follow your lead. But if you are being negative towards yourself, if you are constantly making digs at yourself, if you're treating yourself like dirt, guess what? The 3D is going to mirror what you're doing. So, starting from today, take this one simple affirmation and use it as much as you can. Whenever things look negative in your 3D or you perceive them as such, I love you. When you are looking at a circumstance and it looks like it's not working out in your favor, it's working out in my favor. I love you. When things aren't going the way that you expect them to, it's okay. Everything always works out in my favor. I love you. When something trips you up in the 3D, like you get a text that you weren't expecting and it's a negative one from your SP, that's okay. That doesn't validate me. I validate myself. Everything's working out for me. I always get what I want. If you just tell yourself you love yourself for the next week and replace the I love you in where you used to put negative thoughts, negative responses, etc., you're going to see a shift in your reality. But the main point I want you to get out of this video is stop putting everything ahead of yourselves and prioritize yourself. When you make yourself a priority, everything around you will as well. I love y'all, but not as much as you should be loving yourselves. Have a beautiful, blessed Tuesday. Bye.